Hello everyone and welcome to today's live virtual event in partnership with allmates AI, real-time AI co-workers that collaborate and execute on your data. My name is Nathan and I'm a business development manager here at Keyrus UK and I'll be your host today. We're really excited to be partnered with allmates AI for this session. We're going to explore how real-time AI co-workers are transforming the way organizations use data to make faster and smarter decisions. Joining us today, we have Archan Chatterjee, Head of Data Architecture at Keyrus. We've got Richard Brandon, Director of Strategic Alliances and Sales UK and Ireland at allmates AI. And we have Romain Chamay, COO and co-founder at allmates AI. So we're just going to go through a brief agenda overview. We are going to be doing welcome introductions. We're going to then go into a demo for collaborative AI co-workers. We'll then go swiftly into a user case deep dive, and then we'll be finishing off with the governance and trust panel with a Keyrus presentation there. And then after that, we are going to go for a live Q&A. Now, please be aware, if you do have any questions from our guests today, please do put them in the chat, because obviously we've got limited time at the end and we want to make sure that we can answer as many questions as possible. So first and foremost, we're going to do a bit of an introduction on Keyrus. So Keyrus, we believe in one core mission, and that core mission is to make data matter. For over 28 years, Keyrus has been helping organizations around the world make better use of their data, combining AI, analytics, and digital innovation to create real business impact. So today, Keyrus, we are in 28 countries. We've got 3,200 staff members globally, and we've reached out to over 5,000 clients in our time. Now, what we do here, we deliver solutions. So this slide represents how we align data and AI strategy to any given business strategy. Build data foundations to enable successful implementation of AI analytical solutions, as well as we use industry expertise to accelerate and capture value from our data to transform any business. The key things here that we do focus on are growth, efficiency, doing more with less, shall we say, innovation, and most importantly, performance, delivering sustainable economic results. Now, we are an end-to-end partner, so we do tailor our approach to every single client, and that will include advisory and assessments, project implementation, professional staffing, and managed services. So we provide all of that, and like I said, it's very much tailored to each client. I'm just going to give you a snapshot here of our technological partners. So as you can see here, we've got allmates AI in the top left corner, along with a host and an array of other partners that we do use, which will help provide solutions for our clients. I also want to just give you a bit of a snapshot of our current clients as well. There's more, but these are just a snapshot of our clients. So what we're looking at here is very much industry agnostic. So we provide, we have clients from sort of financial services, energy, retail, aviation, pharma, government, and so on and so forth. So we've got a real broad range. And like I say, we tailor our solutions to each client within any industry. Now, Keyrus, we have a fantastic track record of solving complex data challenges to empower businesses to transform insights into impact. We take that very, very seriously. Now, what I'm going to do now, that was a brief intro for myself. I am going to obviously introduce you to our partners from allmates AI, Richard Brandon and Romain Chamay. So I'm going to hand over to you now, Richard, and thank you very much for taking a bit of time to listen to my introduction. Thank you.
Thank you, Nathan. Okay, shall I just need to share my screen if you can stop yours? Thank you. Okay. Touch screen. Here we go. Okay, hopefully everybody can see this. I'll just get rid of the pictures in the bottom right. So thank you, Nathan. Thank you for the introduction and the welcome. So again, just by way of introduction to me, Richard Brandon from allmates AI. and I am Director of Strategic Alliances and Sales for the UK and Ireland at allmates. So we're delighted to be working with Keyrus, one of our global business partners today, to just give you a bit of an insight and an overview of the allmates approach to the Gen AI conundrum. So here we go. Sorry, that wasn't moving. So what do we do? How do we tackle and approach the Gen AI problem? Well, fundamentally, our approach at allmates is to make AI, or generative AI, a natural extension of the business team, so that we can embed generative AI into every business team, allow every business employee to leverage it and to produce unprecedented productivity and results with this new technology and capability, with humans and AI working in harmony. Well, generative AI is not new, but it's something that certainly all organizations have invested in and are looking at investing in more. Just last week on LinkedIn, I saw there was a Gartner survey, or a Gartner report, the 2026 CIO and Technology Executive Agenda Report, and some findings of there, 15 categories of technology investment that CIO and tech execs were looking at investing in 2026. And number one out of those 15 categories was generative AI. Number two was AI. So there is a subtle difference there, but generative AI, 91% of these executives see around a 40% additional increase in 2026 on generative AI. So what's the problem that allmates solves, and what has been the problem with generative AI? Well, the problem is that there are these siloed, individual, almost B2C centric AI tools like ChatGPT or Copilot, others are available. And this sort of fragmented, individual centric approach is fragmenting the enterprise intelligence that is really hindering enterprises and large enterprises from capturing this estimated $4.5 trillion AI prize. So what's our solution? Well, our solution is that we solve this fragmentation, and you'll see this in the demos, with an enterprise fully managed SaaS environment that integrates AI coworkers, and we call them mates, hence the name, into human-centric team workflows, giving secure and efficient many collaborations between humans and specialist AI coworkers. And critically, we do this allowing these co-workers to use any or all of the LLMs that are available. And that ensures that the right agent or mate is used with the right model for the task that they are specialized in producing. I did a post on LinkedIn a couple of weeks ago on this very subject, and the kind of first line on there was, you wouldn't ask a poet to write computer code. And that's absolutely right. And the same applies when you're looking for the models you use for the tasks that you wish to achieve. So what's our approach? Well, our approach is we work just like humans today work in teams. So we're human first. What do we mean by that? Well, we mean that as a human, you give direction to an individual or to a team based on your project or your tasks. We're conversational. So just in the same as you would with your co-workers and your colleagues in teams today, you ask colleagues to do something, create a report, write a go-to-market plan, build a marketing strategy for a new product, help respond to an RFI, whatever it may be. Exactly the same with allmates. We're collaborative. So you work in a team and not in silos. So just as the same as you would today with a team or a virtual team, you gather specialists to work together and to collaborate on projects and on delivery, whether that's gathering people from sales or marketing, strategy, HR, etc. And then finally, we're many to many. So this is a platform and an environment that allows crews of human and AI specialists to work with each other and together to deliver consistent quality output at unprecedented speed. So if we looked at that, and what does that look like today? If you looked at a traditional marketing team, which we see on the left here, We have 4 humans in the team: Elisa, Frank, Simon, Maria. They've all been loosely connected with the same business applications and the same set of internal data that they need and they use to leverage to become an efficient marketing team. What's happened with the way that generative AI has proliferated in the last couple of years is that we've ended up with this team of sort of fragmented super individuals. So we see on the right here, we have the same team: Alicia, Frank, Simon, and Maria, and they've all gone away and they're using, in their particular function of marketing, a specific AI model. So they're all using different AI models to boost their own individual output, but this has created these silos, it's broken alignment, and fragments the team's collective power. So what does this look like with the allmates approach? Well, in exactly the same way now, we have the humans in the team, and we augment them with specialists in that team. So in this case, lead gen expert, customer support expert, creative designer, and content strategist, all again having access and being connected with their business applications, and all again having access and connection to the core critical business data that they need in order to perform their particular task. So that's really what we're going to see today in the demonstrations. And if we quickly look at what does one of these mates or agent mates look like, here's an example, the DNA, or if you like, the anatomy of an AI coworker. So each coworker, they're given an LLM model, the right model for the right task. Just like a human, you're onboarding somebody new, they're given clear, specific job instructions. They may be given knowledge, so they might be given product documentation, marketing documentation, documentation about your services that you provide. They can be added directly to the co-worker. They have context, they understand the organization, they understand the project and the team, so that every interaction, that is also taken into context in the way that it responds and produces output. They have memory, so they understand all previous messages, actions, and attachments in conversations and collaborations. And finally, and critically, they have the ability to be given tools. So these tools are where you can give these agents access to external data sources. You can give them API accesses to internal applications. You can give them the ability to deep seek on websites. You could give them all manner of different tools to allow them to have access to the core critical data that they need, so that they've got what they need when asked a question to give the correct and the accurate answers. Coming to the end of my slides, so what does the platform give? So there's an agent factory. We won't be able to show all of this in the demo, so I'm giving a very high level overview. An agent factory, you can create and deploy your own custom agents in a no-code way. Collaborative workspaces, which we will see, so secure, context-aware spaces for this many-to-many collaboration. Enterprise knowledge management, again, that's these agents that have been enriched with knowledge about products, customers, suppliers, whatever it may be. Expandable platform, so this is where you'll see that the agents have been given tools to connect to data and applications. There's full governance and analytics around the platform. Who's using it? What are they doing? What models are they using? How much is this costing me? And there is full enterprise grade security around this platform. That's a whole session in its own right, but be rest assured that there's full enterprise grade security end to end on this platform. And finally, multi-channel integration. So not just available, as we'll see, through the browser and in an app on the web, but also on mobile phones, tablets, etc. So that's the platform, that's the overview. Last slide, we've got in our platform and in our store over 400 mates that are available to deploy instantly. And these are mates that you can either use out of the box, or you can use them as a template and a starter to then give them access to the data and the knowledge that they need in your company and your team to be as productive as they need to be in the tasks that you have in mind. So that's it, very high level, very fast overview of our approach and our capability. I'm now going to hand over to our COO, Ramat, who will give an overview of the platform in action.
Thanks, Richard. So Hello, everybody. I am here to make just a short introduction, the first demo of the platform, and you will have a more detailed understanding and use case with Arcan. So this platform, the idea is to have a solution that could be used by everyone. So our mantra is to have something that is useful, usable, and used. And we have to, and it's a challenge because adoption is key when you have to deploy AI and agents inside your organizations. So this platform is quite simple. You have, as ChatGPT or Copilot, the list of your private chats. So private chat is a chat that you can have with one or many agents, because you will see the particularity, the singularity of our platform is to be able to have a multi-agents and multi-humans dialogues in the same chat room. But we have also here, like in Teams or Slack, a workspace with conversations that could be public or shared among different employees in your company. So the idea is to keep the collective intelligence and the collaborations at the team level and not just at the user level when you have to interact with AI. And working at the team level is something totally new regarding the other solutions, as Richard explains. So for this demonstration, I am in this fictive and virtual company, AdventureWorks. It's a company that is selling bikes and bikes accessories in different regions in the world, online or in B2B channels. What I want to show you in this first question, can you present our company and my role, is the understanding that the agent has about the company. All the agents in these organizations are governed with the same insights, the same informations. And it's very important because if you want to have a collective intelligence with human and agents, they need to have the same understanding of the company, of your goals, your strategy, your best practices, your policies, you name it. And this is, and how you can see, the agent can present the company, and this company doesn't exist, so it's not the model behind this agent. This agent, we name it ChatGPT, but to show that it's connected to OpenAI. But in fact, if you ask the same questions to ChatGPT, it will not be able to answer, because we have this layer of company context across around all our agents. So first, they are context aware. They are react as real employees. Second, we can ask other agents to join the discussions, like Gemini and Claude. So Gemini is another agent connected to the Google models, and Claude is connected to the Anthropic models. And now maybe for the first time, you can see that we have 3 different agents in the same chat room. And it's very useful because we can interact with all of them in the same discussions. But more than that, we can ask them to work for you, to collaborate in front of you. So I'm going to ask to Claude, can you work with, and we introduce the double @ shortcut to mention another agent without activating him. So can you work with Gemini Flash in a 3-turn discussion about a plan to open the Spain market, for instance. So this company is not selling any product in Spain currently. And the idea is to understand what we have to do to open this Spain market. So first, as you can see, Claude understands that the question is for him, and he put his first elements in the conversations. And as you've seen, it mentions also Gemini, and now Gemini is answering directly to Claude. And like that, they can have these many-to-many discussions, and they are going to stop when they think they have something good to present to me. So this is a way to work with agents. And those 3 agents are quite stupid. We are going to work with more advanced agents, but it's just the first step to show what is this many-to-many collaborations. And and the first benefit is to not have to deal with every agent step by step, but to provide a task to achieve and to let them work for you. So in the meantime, because I don't have to stay in front of them, I can show you that in these organizations, we have already more than nearly 200 different mates, covering a lot of different topics, business units, domains, you name it. I can work with agents to prepare certifications. I can work with agents to help me to create visuals. I can have agents to govern the company. And if you don't have enough mates, you can go to the store, and it's where there is these 400 different mates, and you can filter and search for specific agents. For instance, in the marketing area, it could be interesting to create a press release in an easy way. I just have to click on onboard it, and boom, now I have this new employee in my company. So this is the overview of the mate, instructions, parameters, the models, and at allmates you can have a lot of different models governed by the admin team, of course. And the knowledge is where you can attach documents, files to increase the understanding of these agents. And the tools. The tools is action they can execute, like searching the web, querying your data, getting insight from your CRM, you name it. So in this example, I want to show you a growth planner, which is specialized in opening new markets. So it's the one we need to use to think about the Spain area. He has this Claude Sommet as a model, some documents to understand the European markets, and as the tools, he has Perplexity to launch some search and Google Trends to understand the trends in this country. As you can see, at any moment, I can have other tools to this agent, like maybe LinkedIn, if we need to understand who are the competitor in our area. So if I'm coming back to my previous discussions now, as you can see, they're finished to chats. They come back to me with a plan. And now I can ask to Growth Planner to finish it. Hello, Growth Planner. Can you now get some fresh data and insight from internet, and please finalize the plan with a business plan and ROIs for the next 3 years. So this is how now we can have also a higher level of interaction with agents, not just simple task, write this, summarize that, but a more advanced plan, like what is our business plan, what could be the business plan and the investments we have to need to open the Spain market. So we can let them, so of course it will take maybe 1 minute, but and as you can see, it's going to launch some tools. So he's executing search about the market. But in the meantime, I want to show you how we can deal also with data. It's the topic of this event. So I'm going to work with a specialized agents, data analyst. And with data analyst, I'm going to ask to go fast and copy paste something like, can you analyze the sales in 2023? Because in my database, I have no more data after this date. As you can see, this agent is going to launch, is writing a plan for me and propose me a scope, first clarification about what I want to understand to do. I'm going to ask the first element, key areas. And by himself, is going to launch a bunch of queries because he has the tools to get, he has access to the database, and by himself is going to understand which kind of queries he has to execute. And the output of the queries will guide him for the next step. So he's autonomous in his chain of thoughts. He's able to execute maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 different queries in order to achieve the task we demand. So we can wait a few minutes because we never know how long it could be, but I think it's going to do maybe 1, 2, or 3 different queries. In the meantime, we can come back to our previous growth planner, and as you can see, he made some market analysis, and now I have a plan, a detailed plan about the strategic opportunity, the element of investment on the next 3 years. He analyzed the market, the value, the size of it, how we can approach it, and how we can split our growth in this country with figures, with tables, and yes, it's a real plan. And also with the risk analysis and mitigations. And as you can see, the answer is very accurate and it's very relevant because these agents is really made for this kind of task. And I'm always surprised by people using just ChatGPT or Copilot without giving him special instructions or special tools. Because without those special tools, the agents, it's like an employee without a job description in his company. He don't really know what to do. But when he's specialized in some, with his own instructions, he's very good and very autonomous in doing this kind of advanced analysis and documents. And like that, now I can just copy paste it and put in any memo for the team. If I'm coming back to my sales analysis, as you can see, my agents can create also in real time some charts. And now he's explaining me what. So it's time to read. It compares the sales between 22 and 23. I have also a view about the territories, about the categories. I have another understanding of the trends over months. So it's not just a dashboard. It's a reports, custom-made reports attached with recommendations. It can also provide me some insights. It can suggest me extra analysis in order to go further. So it's a part of the team. And now, as you understood, I can cross this analysis with other mates, like maybe the market analysis. So market analysis, it's made that it can understand the size of the market. And so we can ask a question like this one. And also we can maybe work with another mate, like competitor analysis, that can also identify maybe the main competitor, the pricing of the bikes on Amazon or Google Shopping. So like that, I have now 2 mates, and all the 2 mates are working in parallel. So this is just an overview of now what is this higher level of interaction with data. It's like moving from business intelligence to intelligence business. It's a question of building the right teams for your needs. And these teams could be enriched by mini mates, as Richard explains. And those mates are specific instructions, specific tools. We have also a tool store where you can connect a lot of different tools. It's not just data, it's also search, it's also creating documents, Excel document, Word documents. It's getting data from special data sources that are not available with just a Google search. But it's also creating images, videos, And of course, you can create your own tools. And this platform is very easy to use to connect those agents to your own internal business applications. So it was just this first overview of allmates. It's simple to use because at the end of the day, it's the same thing that working with real coworkers, but those coworkers are maybe a little bit different. They are very good in working, in following your instructions. And at the end of the day, it's like now you are the manager of bigger teams. And this changed a lot of things because working with different agents is reducing the risk of hallucinations. You can combine the models of different providers and you get the best of them, paying only for the tokens you are consuming. So this is allmates, and we will be more than happy to have a demonstration with you if it's needed. Arkan, the floor is for you.
Thank you, Rama, for the wonderful demonstration. Let me start with the use case. So hope everyone can see my screen. We are considering a use case. Let's paint the picture how the use case would look like and how we solve it with allmates. So the use case that we are taking is there is a city council which has announced a tender for sustainable infrastructure solutions in its new development. And our company, Ecotech, has to provide the proposal by demonstrating how can it provide a holistic, sustainable solution for water, energy, and waste management. So as you can understand, these kind of proposals, which are quite, which requires a lot of details to be put in, requires a lot of effort from multiple people with varied skill sets. So what we are going to do is we are going to see how we can replicate a typical team composition that usually a team of people would be doing these kind of proposals, and try to replicate that with our mates. So with the mates, I have created a team leader or a coordinator who will coordinate all the activities. There are specialists on B2B and B2C solutions. There is someone who is a financial mate, and there is someone who is a professional writer, and they can write content which is suitable for such business proposals. Now, let's, as initially Richard was mentioning about the anatomy of the mate, we have given all these properties to the mates that we have created. So let's go to the live demo and see how they are configured. Okay. So I have I have created a workspace, and I'm just starting out a new chat. And I am, as you can see here, I'm just conversing with the proposal coordinator, and I am expressing my requirement. My requirement, as I have written here, is that we have received a preliminary information for a tender. The district will house approximately 10,000 residents, with a mix of residential and commercial zones, and we need sustainable water management, energy management, and zero waste initiative. And I am asking it to do the financial analysis and also draft a proposal and give me the final Word file after doing all that. So I will trigger this. And while proposal coordinator is taking actions, we can see what exactly is it doing. So if you notice something, that proposal coordinator intelligently understood my question and understood that it has to invite its teammates, and it has expressed that the B2B and B2C solution outlining will be done by these specialist mates who are in fact connected to the internal database, product database. And for now, for this demo, I have created that database in Snowflake. There is another mate who is financial analyst. They have capability to scrape the websites and do a web search to understand the financial trends across their region. And finally, the proposal writer and editor mate, which has been invited, has the capability of collating all that information and producing a Word which it will provide you. Now, as you can see here, the B2C Home Solutions Mate is calling certain tools. These tools are actually something that it is making to Snowflake to get the product details. So after querying that, it is also mentioning what tables it is querying, what database, what schema it is querying, and then it is producing a list of products that it has found matching to the requirements that I had given initially. And then it is collating all the other information, and yeah, it has also collated the related properties of those products. What are the health parameters? What are the financial parameters? What is the environmental impact? By the way, everything that you are seeing here that it has fetched is fetched from our internal database. So now proposal coordinator is going back and then asking it to and confirming whether B2C Home Solutions Mate has completed the work, and then it is delegating the work to B2B Solutions Architect. It is doing the same thing. It is calling the respective commercial solutions, and it is finding out what will be the energy and water and waste management solution in the commercial capacity. And it is finding out those solutions from the database. It has found out that there are 2 commercial solutions available in the database, one for water treatment, another for renewable energy. All these capacity related KPIs and the grid independence matrices, all these are taken not from the internet but from the database itself. And it is collating all that information, and it is mapping the associated services. And now the proposal coordinator is calling the financial analyst. Now the financial analyst, based on the base prices which has been fetched, it is producing the final matrices and the investment details which will be required over the next 2 years, 3 years, etc. Okay. So sometimes we might have to just nudge it, saying that can we speed up the generation? And it is saying that I apologize for the delay. It is waiting for the financial analyst mate, which is the last major component, and it is doing the calculations at the back end. Okay, and it is promising that as soon as the financial analysis will be done, it will start drafting the proposal. So just in interest of the time, I can show you a Word file that we had earlier generated. So it will appear something like this. And it will put all that information which you have seen here, along with the graphs, along with the tables and data which were collated, and you can straight away download it. Now going back to, I just want to touch upon the governance side of things, and this is something that Rama had already mentioned, that the hierarchy of components in allmates is, it starts with organization. At the organization level, we can attach different models. we can, when I say models, these are I'm referring to the large language models. You can attach like Gemini, ChatGPT, etc. You can configure mates and tools at the organization level, and you can track the credit usage. After once you have got the organization, you can either work in workspaces in a shared capacity, or you can also work in private chats. And workspaces can be public or private, and they behave same as the group chats. One great thing that I have noticed here is if you have done some really good analysis in your private chat, you can always copy it to any workspace of your choice. And you have the ability to provide context at each and every level. Now, I just want to touch upon a little bit on the user governance. So it is, as allmates is a complete enterprise ready platform. It has a very comprehensive role which can be assigned to users. The roles start with owners, admins, users, viewers, and finally suspended, so that it revokes the member access, but the contribution made by the user who is at a suspended state, their contribution is not completely omitted from the workspaces on which they were earlier working on. And second type is which we need to, or the second attribute that we need to assign to the users is plans. The plans determine what kind of, or what are the features that the user will have access to. The roles determine what the users can do for an organization, and the plans determine what features the user have access to. For example, someone with advanced user plan will not have access to create tools or creating mates. They can contribute to workspaces, they can onboard new mates from the store, but they can't change them. So that is the end of the demo. And I hand over to Nathan, my colleague, for the next step, the Q&A and the next steps.
Thank you very much to our guest speakers. That was a really great session, really insightful. It was fantastic. So thank you so much for this here at Keyrus. So look, just a note of very conscious time. We do have a Q&A session. So we have got questions. I'm gonna have to go as quickly as I can with this. First question today. Are there systems that enable deterministic orchestrated workflows where humans and mates interact designated points within a standardized, repeatable company process?
Nathan, before we move on, just to say you've got really bad echo and feedback. It's really hard to hear you. So I don't know, Roman, did you hear that? I think we could see that in the chat about orchestration.
Yeah. Yes. About orchestrations. So with yes, there is a way to have this kind of deterministic orchestrations, and it's what we name that. We name that conversational workflows. So when we talk about deterministic, it means that a mate, which is an orchestrator mate, or a maestro mate, is going to follow a plan with different steps. And those steps should be executed by a member. A member could be a human or could be another mate. And like that, we can have these many-to-many discussions and moving forward in a predetermined workflows. So it's so yes, it's deterministic because we know what is the point 1A to Z, and all the steps that could be executed. But what is different regarding other workflows like maybe Zapier, N8, and like that, is that it's conversational. It means that sometimes a step is not relevant, or we have to loop on a step because if a mate suggests something and the human is not satisfied, the mate has to reiterate until providing maybe a good output, like a good message or good image. So we have the feeling that those conversational workflows mix both value of having a deterministic workflow, but being agile enough to adapt the workflows regarding what is happening. We use those workflows, for instance, to what we name perpetual teams. When a teams need to formulate a process, a business process, they can explain it to a mate, and this workflow mate will, after that, be able to repeat the same workflows, even if those key employees, for instance, are not there because it's holidays or something like that.
Fantastic, mate. Thank you so much for answering that question. I know there was a few more, but we're going to have to wrap up now. So just to tell you what the next steps are, if you have any questions, there is the email salesuk@keyrus.com or nathan.ballin@keyrus.com. Don't hesitate to ask any questions there. Please ensure that from a Keyrus perspective, visit our website, follow us on LinkedIn, and also the link on YouTube. We will be sending out this whole presentation out to each and every one of you. So we really appreciate you for joining us today. And you will get an email from myself as well with some details. There is a free allmates trial that we'd urge you to jump onto, because I think that it's a fantastic talk that we've had today, and with the information and everything that allmates do, I think it will be very valuable to each and every business. So if you, like I say, any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. But you will all be getting an email from myself over the next couple of days in terms of next steps and anything else that you're going to need from this. So thank you very, very much for joining us today, and thank you to our guests as well for a fantastic talk.
Thanks, Nathan.
Take care, everybody. Thank you so much.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.